What's up everyone, it's Bones here. In today's video, I'll be showcasing a match of high-rated dueling book players in a rated match, post Power of the Elements. But before I begin, if you would happen to click on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons, it would be greatly appreciated, as it goes a long way in supporting the channel and shows me that you like content like this. So to get straight into the replay, we'll see that we're going to get Adventure Marincess with a Math Mech engine against Spright Frogs. And both players definitely have interesting hands, as we see that the Marincess deck is on 47 cards, probably because of both the Adventure and Math Mech engines. You want to decrease the chance of seeing the bricks, but we'll see that the Water Enchantress is going to get hit by the Ash. And from there, we'll see the normal summon of Pascalis with a Fateful Adventure triggering off the normal summon, adding the Draco back. And now we'll get the special summon of the Subtraction, and we'll then get a summon of Alimbertian, which will use its effect and search Circular, and he'll then use the Circular's effect, sending the Sigma. Then Alimbertian will get its effect, sending itself and special summoning back the Subtraction, in which then we'll see the Circular use its effect, adding the Super Factorial, and then we'll see the special summon of the Sigma off of its own effect. And this is just an added dimension Cyber's decks have now, as we see the summon of the Splash Mage, and we see a special summon back of the Pascalis, and this gets out Coral Anemone, which can then use its effect, special summoning back the Pascalis, and then the Pascalis can be used to go into the Sea Angel. So an interesting line of play there, as you see the Math Mech stuff synergize with the Marincess stuff, and getting the Sea Angel to get the dive, special summon back the Pascalis for the millionth time. And then we'll see a Marbled Rock summon with the effect of Anemone as it hit the graveyard, adding back the dive, and then we'll see the Marbled Rock use its effect, getting back the Pascalis, and from there we'll see the special summon or link summon of Bubble Reef. And the Bubble Reef on standby phase will get its effect, banishing the Splash Mage and drawing into the Sleepy Maiden, which will then see the normal summon of Deep Sea Diva, and Deep Sea Diva will special summon out another copy of itself. We'll then see a special summon of Blue. Blue will then get its effect to add the Jet, and from there the Jet can special summon itself and get an add, which will probably see the addition of Starter here, and we'll see the Starter come out, which will probably get the red or the carrot. And then we'll see Gigantic Spright come out, and we'll see the Gigantic Spright special summon the red now. And from here we're just going to see Spright do Spright things, as we see the swap special summon itself, sending the Rodent. This is where the Toad is going to be coming out. And the player in red will allow the Ronin to come out. And we'll then see the links, or the Exceed summon of Toad. And right now they're doing how much math Bubble Reef has, but we'll see Spright Elf get its effect, special summoning back the Blue, and now we're going to see a summon of Cerberus, as that's a cheat right there, as Cerberus, if you read it here, target one special summon monster in your opponent's main monster zone, destroy it. So I'm actually somewhat surprised they're not catching that. And okay, no, they they caught it. So we'll see the Bubble Reef come back, and the Toad will attack over the Bubble Reef as the Forbidden Droplet is going to come down in damage step. And we'll then see Cerberus attack over the Sigma. The Spright Elf will get the direct attack as well as the carrot. And from here we'll get an end turn. So we'll then see a special summon of Dupe, I believe, here in standby phase, as the Dupe comes down, and the Marincess player still has a lot in hand, as we'll see an ad off of the Fateful Adventure here, or we won't, as it gets hit by Toad, and the Fateful Adventure will then be destroyed as the Toad gets its effect to add back the Deep Sea Diva, and now we'll see the Wandering Griffin Rider come down, as he okays that the Pascalis will get its effect here, as it's chained by the Spright Elf, which gets hit by a DD Crow, not allowing the Toad to be summoned, and then the Sleepy Maiden special summons itself. Blue Slug comes down, and then Blue Slug can add back the Deep Sea to the extra deck, as we'll see the Sleepy Maiden and the Blue Slug go into Anemone, and Anemone will then get its effect, special summoning back the Pascalis. Then we'll see the Pascalis go into Sea Angel. The Sea Angel will get an ad, which will be the Battle Ocean, and from here the Battle Ocean will come down with an activation of the Dive, which will special summon the Blue Tang, and the Blue Tang will then get its effect, which will send a copy of Spring Girl, and from here we'll go into battle phase, as the Dupe will get its effect here. Adding the Swap Frog from graveyard, something to keep in mind about Dupe is that it's not only from your deck, it's also from your graveyard. And then we'll see the Griffin Rider attack over the Cerberus, the Spring Girl or the Blue Tang attack over the Spright Elf, and then the Carrot will die here, as we're going to see a Link summon of Area in main phase 2, as well as Anemone's effect to add back Spring Girl. And from here, the Area will use its effect probably to special summon back one of the frogs, as we see the special summon of Ronin there, and we'll then get a Link summon of Crystal Heart, which will then see Argonaut come down with Battle Ocean, and Crystal Heart was a material, I believe. And then we'll see the special summon of Spring Girl here, as it banishes the Anemone, and then we get an Abyss Dweller coming down. So we'll see the Abyss Dweller go off in standby phase, not playing around Gamma, and the normal summon of the Deep Sea Diva will come down, as we'll see that get its effect, and we'll then see Sky Cavalry come down, as he okays the battle phase, and he's going to attack into the Argonaut, as he okays that, and then we see a summon of Zeus after the down nerd, and now during the end phase, we'll see Zeus gets its effect, as everything goes to the graveyard, except he will chain the Super Factorial, or he won't. I don't remember if he has anything he can. Oh, he probably doesn't have any targets because of the 3 cards left in extra deck, so that's a thing. And we'll see the draw of DD Crow here for turn, as Argonaut is going to attempt to return Zeus to the hand, but that will get hit by the Veiler. And the Spring Girl will then special summon itself by banishing the Sea Angel, and from here we're going to see a Zeus, which will get the rest of the cards in graveyard. Pascalis will add back the Dive, and then the Dive can get its effect here, which will bring back the Blue Tang. The Blue Tang gets its effect, and that will send another copy of Pascalis, as we see Blue Slug come down, Chainlink 2 Tang. We see the Mill 3 here, which adds Spring Girl and returns the others to the deck. Then we see Anemone go back to the extra deck, as we see the normal summon of Pascalis. Pascalis will get its effect, special summoning the Spring Girl. And this is kind of what I talked about, where if both decks are in a whittled down game state after being hand trapped to death, then Marincess being able to pop off of one card definitely helps, even though we are down to 1 card left in the extra deck after the Coral Triangle comes down, as we see the special summon back off of Triangle, and then they will go into the Bubble Reef. And during standby phase, we'll get a draw off of Bubble Reef, and things don't really look good for the Spright player here, as the Crow is going to hit the Ronin, and we'll then see the normal summon of Swap Frog, which will send another copy of Swap Frog. He'll then link those two into Spright Elf. Spright Elf will add back or special summon back the Spright Blue, which will get hit by an Ash Blossom, and from there we'll see Set Imperm Pass, and a huge top deck with Water Enchantress of the Temple, and having the Draco back in hand already. So we'll see the Water Enchantress get its effect here, and we'll see a chain of the Spright Elf, which will special summon back the Spright Jet, and then as the right gets added to hand on resolution, we'll see the Spright Jet get its effect, and we'll see it add starter, which will then see the activation of right, and wow, okay, so he activated it in the Imperm column. So, oh man, that's a huge misplay, as we see Pascalis use its effect now, and Dive will be added back to hand. So the Spright player has a chance here, and I was not lying about the high rated here. I guess you can credit this to it being late at night while I'm recording this, and it could be for them too. So any misplays, kind of forgive them until they've had enough time to really have these things down. But we'll see the add off the Jet from the blue and off the starter, and then the Jet will special summon itself, adding a copy of Smashers now, as we'll see the Smashers activate, popping the Bubble Reef probably, or banishing it, as that's exactly what we see. And then we see the Gigantic Spright get its effect, as we're getting really low on resources from both sides here, and we're going to see attacks, but it's not going to be able to go for game, as the player in red is now down to 1200. And from here we see a Mathmech circular top deck. That is actually insane. And we'll see a Dive special summon back the Spring Girl here, and then we'll see the Spring Girl attack into the red, and then the Triangle will get its effect in main phase 2, special summoning back the Anemone and the Blue Slug, and from there we can see the Coral Anemone get its effect, special summoning back the Spring Girl, and then the Pascalis will get its effect, which will add back the Battle Ocean, activating the Battle Ocean, then using the Sleepy Maiden, and equipping the Crystal Heart to Blue Slug, and we'll see a pass there, as I guess the circular did nothing. It's hard to remember he has one card left in extra deck sometimes, but we'll see the Gigantic Spright special summon the Spright Blue here, and we'll see the blue add another copy of Jet here probably, as then Jet will special summon itself, get starter, and this is just something insane that Spright has going for it, being able to loop blue, Jet, and starter. That's just insane, but we'll see that he's going to Extrav here and take his extra deck down to 3 cards. He banished Appaloosa, Entis, and the Wind Pegasus at Ignister, which probably hints away he's playing Artemis Slay. And we'll see the Link summon now of Phoenix, as he's going to use Phoenix effect probably, pop the Battle Ocean, and then we're going to see attacks over the monsters he can attack, which will then see a top deck of Ghost Ogre, which the Anemone is going to be hit by the Imperm, and then we're going to see a normal summon of Circular. So that will get rid of his remaining monsters besides the Spright Elf, or the Gigantic Spright. And from there we'll see the Gigantic Spright attack into the circular. So we'll then see a right, and this is kind of what should have happened previously, if not playing into the imperm column, even though it wouldn't have been game during that turn. But we'll see the player in blue is going to concede here, as he only has Ash and Nibiru, and he's open to over 4k damage between the token and Anemone. So with that, I'll take you guys on to game 2. So on to game 2 here, and we'll see again 2 solid openings by both sides, as I'm suspecting the Spright player will go first here. And we'll see the Smasher, or the starter, get the Spright Blue, and then the Spright Blue will get the out of the Jet. He loses 1100 because of the starter, and he's going to special summon the red now, then special summon the Jet. Jet will get its effect, probably getting Smashers here to reinforce his board. He'll then normal summon the Swap Frog. The Swap Frog will get its effect, sending the Ronin. Then he can go into Gigantic Spright here. Detach probably the swap here, as we'll see the swap go to the graveyard, then special summon the Carrot. He can then go into the Spright Elf with Jet and Gigantic, and then special summon back the Swap Frog off the Elf, which then he can send a swap, and then special summon back the Ronin by banishing a swap. Go into Toad, and set the Smashers and the Droplet. From there we'll see the Toad special summoning the dupe here in the standby phase, and from here we'll see probably an activation of Dark Ruler. That's exactly what we see, as we see normal summon Pascalis get hit by Droplet. Then we'll see Toad get its effect, as he's going to add back the Swap Frog. Then he's going to Smashers, which will prompt a scoop, as Marincess need a monster on board to play, and the Spright player just had a lot of follow-up for the next turn. So after a crazy game 1, we get a quick game 2, and here we go to game 3, where we see Circular Pascalis, Ghost Ogre, Right, and Wave, against Called by Evenly, which will probably put in work here. Ronin, which kind of sucks to see, Swap Frog, and Starter, which is nice to see. And we'll see the activation of Right here, which will special summon a token, place the Fateful. He'll then normal summon the Pascalis, triggering the Fateful Adventure, adding the Draco back, and then he'll use the Ignition effect in order to add a Wandering Griffin Rider, and then he'll send or discard the Draco back. The Draco back will get its effect, and then the Wandering Griffin Rider can special summon itself here, and now he's under protection, as we'll see Mathmech Circular come down, sending the Sigma, and from here we'll see the Sigma special summon itself, and we'll see the Mathmech Circular now get its effect to add, as it adds the Super Factorial, and now he's going to go into Alimbertian. Alimbertian will get its effect here, as he's going to detach the 2, add Subtraction, then he's probably going to special summon the Subtraction here, which he does, and he'll then go into Splash Mage using both, then go into Sea Angel using Pascalis, and from here we'll see the add of Battle Ocean. We'll see Splash Mage act as Marincess Dive, getting back to Pascalis, and from here we'll see Link Summon of Anemone, with Anemone's effect going off, special summoning back the Pascalis, and then we'll see the Link Summon of Crystal Heart, activation of Battle Ocean, Link Summon of Argonaut, using Battle Ocean to equip an Anemone to add back the Pascalis, and we'll see the set Super Factorial with Griffin, Argonaut, Ghost Ogre, Wave, the Griffin Rider negate, and we'll see the starter get hit by the Argonaut. We'll then see the normal summon of Swap Frog, which will get hit by the Griffin Rider, and from here we'll see BP, which will then go to end battle phase, and I don't think that's going to be allowed because of the called by, wait, we see the... Okay, no, was that a misclick? Apparently it might have been, but we'll see the called by hit the circular here, as we're not going to see any more targets for Super Factorial, which, again, you can imagine because it's a side engine in Marincess. So we'll see that the Evenly is going to put in work here as he's left with just a token, but the Spright player is not in a great situation with just Ronin and Valor here. So with the normal summon of Pascalis, the Marincess player is kind of able to make his board here, as we'll see the blue slug targeting the Sea Angel. Then he'll link those away into area, which will get hit by the effect Valor, as he does have a Swap Frog in graveyard to special summon off of it if he didn't Valor that. And from there we'll see an entrance to battle phase and probably set of an Imperm, and then we'll see set Ronin and set Imperm. From here we'll see area try to get its effect, get hit by the Imperm, and this is probably game here as the normal summon of the Seahorse gets into Sea Angel, and at this point the Marincess player can kind of go off as they still have 7 cards left in extra deck, 6 now, but we'll see the Anemone get its effect. And yeah, the player in blue here is going to draw, as it would have been a Deep Sea Diva, but that would have just been hit by the wave. So a great way to start high rated with an insane match like this, showcasing 2 decks with similar playstyles, and something I spoke about just Marincess having that 1 card accessibility, which could come up in this matchup, which is why I think they're a good pick for this matchup. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions or thoughts, feel free to leave them down below. It's Bones, signing out.